Alright, now it's time for turn number 10. And Daisy gets herself a 10. It's going to be a 4 for Peach. Looks like she's going to unlock that gate with the skeleton key. And she also gets the Lucky Space. Alright, she gets herself a mushroom. Alright, Waluigi's bringing out the Curse Dice block, and he's using that on me. So unfortunately, I won't be able to go very far right here on this turn, but that's alright. Alright, so Waluigi just rolled a 2, and he does get a Lucky Space. 10 coins. Alright, let's see what we're going to get here. Alright, 3. We're not going to quite get the bank right there, but at least it's good that I am avoiding that event space. Alright, we also get a Lucky Space, and we're getting 10 coins out of that. And here comes another bonus mini game. So let's see if we can earn double the normal amount of coins here. Alright, we're playing Cheap Chase for this one. Alright, there goes Waluigi. Alright, Daisy's out. Alright, we got the win. Alright, now we are up to 101 coins, which is very, very nice. Alright, past the halfway point right now in the game. Let's go to turn 11. Daisy's using that Curse Dice block on me. So again, I won't be able to travel very far on this turn, sadly. Alright, well Daisy's gonna roll 9. Alright, Peach is gonna bring out her mushroom. Alright, 4, and add 5 in that mushroom for a total of 9. Dang it! Of course Peach is taking away some of my coins. Makes sense on why she's doing that, since I got a big lead. Oh, we gotta give up 17 coins. That could not be good at all. Alright, so 9 for Waluigi right there. Oh boy, seeing this boo over here. And he's taking away one of my stars. Son of a biscuit. That really hurts. So that's going to put Waluigi on the board right now. But not to worry, we still have the lead in first place. Alright, so Waluigi's gonna get himself an item space, and he gets double dice. We roll 3 right there. Alright, gotta go to the right. Alright, we do get an item space. Now we're going to the wheel. Alright, what are we going to get? Double dice, I'll take that. Alright, we are gonna do a 1 versus 3 minigame this time. Coconut Cog. Pairing up with Peach and Daisy here. Alright, let's go. Oh, wow! We won that minigame so fast right here in only 2 seconds. Alright, that was impressive. Alright, off to turn 12. Alright, Daisy's getting a 2 this time. And she also does get 9 space. Oh, she gets triple dice from that. Okay. Alright, Peach gets a 3. And she also gets a lucky space. She's getting 20 coins from that. Alright, Waluigi gets a 5. He's now chasing him. Alright, he's getting a lucky space there as well. Oh, he gets half off for his next star. Alright. So, anyways, let's go ahead and use my double dice right here. 9 and 5 for a total of 14. Alright, so that is another star for me right here, as that will put me back up to 3 stars. Oh! Now the star's gonna be right there. And, look, considering of what I got right here, of my total right here on this turn, looks like we are going to be able to get this star as well. So, we basically got 2 of them in one turn. That is fantastic. So that will put me up to 4. And our next star is going to be right up there. Oh, we are going to be able to stop by the item shop as well. Okay. Let's do triple dice. I got 1 versus 3 this time. Quicksand catch. And I'm pairing up with Peach and Waluigi for this one. We got a total of 24 coins out of that. So So I say that was a very good amount of money that we did manage to collect out there. Alright, let's go to turn 13. Alright, 7 for Daisy. Alright, she gets herself a lucky space. Oh, it's double dice that she's getting. Alright, over to Peach. 1. Okay, Waluigi's gonna use his double dice. 4 and 4. So 2 of the same number for a bonus 10 coins. And he's also getting the Koopa Bank on top of that, so he's going to be getting the 27 coins in there. Alright, I will bring out my triple dice here. 7, 5, and 7 for a total of 19. I'll take that. Alright, I'm not going to chase them right now. Alright, we got another star right there once again. So now we are up to 5 stars. Alright, now the next star's down there. Okay. I'm gonna have to go this way. Alright, we can't see this boo. I'm a couple coins short of having enough right here to steal away a star. But I can only steal away some money. Okay, who do I want to go for? We'll take away some more coins from Daisy. I got 15 of them there. Nice. But we just unfortunately lose some of the coins that we just got right there on the red space. But it doesn't upset me all that much. Alright, 1 versus 3. Tubular lose it. And I'm also the solo player on this one. So let's see if we can possibly knock out all of our opponents before one of them reaches the end. Bye, Waluigi. Alright, got Peach out. Just gotta try to knock out Daisy, and we did it! That is how it's done. Alright, so I'm turn 14 now. Alright, so Daisy gets a 9. And the counter's back at 0. It's time for the laser to go off again. But nobody got hit by it this time, so everybody's safe. Alright, 8 for Peach. Alright, so Waluigi gets himself a 1, and he lands on the vent space. Alright, anyways, my turn. We do get ourselves a 7. Okay. So I'm gonna go down here. And I do not want to chase him right now. Alright. We do get a lucky space, and we get ourselves 15 coins. I got a 4-player minigame here. Catch you later. Alright, let's go. Alright, time's up, and we win with 10 points. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's move on to turn 15. Daisy's gonna bring out her double dice. 9 and 4 for a total of 13. What is it with Daisy just going to the right all of a sudden? It's not where the star is right now. Daisy should know that. Alright, but she does get 15 coins there on that lucky space. Alright, 8 for Peach. Okay, she does get an item space. Oh boy! She's got a plunder chest. We better watch out for that. Okay. Waluigi gets himself a 1, and he's not going to chase them. He's landing on a vent space. So that sends me and Waluigi back a little bit. Okay, but anyways, let's see what I get on my next roll. Alright, 6. I still don't want to chase some. And there's another star for me right there. How amazing is that? Alright, we have 6 stars now, so our lead is certainly growing right here from what I can tell. Alright, now our next star is going to be all the way up there. Alright, another bonus minigame is about to get underway. It's basically the last one for this game. Alright, 1 versus 3. And it's hide and sneak. I'm pairing up with Peach and Daisy here. Alright, let's hide in the bush first. Dang it, Waluigi picked the spot that I was hiding at. And my 2 teammates are right there too! Oh! That was such a shame of how we lost that big game so quickly. Oh well, what can you do? Alright, we're down to 5 more turns, so it's time to take a look at the current standings. I'm in first place. Waluigi's in second, Peach is in third, and Daisy's in last. Alright, the Womp is gonna predict a Peach will win. Alright, so Peach is getting some double dice here. Alright, so of course for the rest of the game, all blue and all red spaces are now going to be worth 6 coins apiece, which is basically twice their usual amount. And we'll now have bank deposit increase to 5 coins. And there's going to be a duel of 2 or more players landing on the same space as well. Alright, let's see what happens in the last 5 turns of the game. Daisy's bringing out her triple dice. 3, 10, and 5 for a total of 18. And the laser's getting activated once again since the counter just went back to 0. And once again, everybody's safe in the laser. Alright, it's a lucky space for Daisy. And it's a custom dice block that she gets there. Alright, Peach is using her double dice. 6 and 2 for a total of 8. Not quite enough right there for her to get to the star. But let's see what she's buying. Oh boy, a chop call. And she's not chasing them. Alright, 6 for Waluigi. He's not going to chase them. And he lost some coins there on the red space. Alright, time to go to me. Alright, 4. And we are getting the 8 coins in the Koopa Bank. Not bad. Alright, 1 versus 3 for this one. Arch Rival. Alright, pairing up with Peach and Daisy here. Let's see what happens. Peach is out. Alright, we got it. Alright, back to the board as we have 4 turns left. Daisy's using her custom dice block. And she's gonna max that out with a 10. And she's also gonna buy herself a golden pipe right here. Oh boy. She's not chasing them. And now she's gonna get to the star space. And with her having the double card, she could use that right here to get herself 2 stars of one. She didn't have enough money to do that right here. So Daisy now puts herself on the board with 2 stars. Alright, looks like the next star's going to be over there. And Daisy lands on the bank with nothing in there. Alright, 5 for Peach. Oh, it looks like Peach and Daisy are dueling since they're on the same space. Alright, looks like Peach is going to risk all 25 of Daisy's coins. Alright, let's see who's going to win it. It's Daisy, so looks like she doubles her money to 50 coins. And Peach also lands on the bank with nothing in there. Alright, 2 for Waluigi. He gets the item space there. And it's going to be a cursed ice block. Alright. So, it is on to me. And I think now I'll go ahead and use one of my cursed ice blocks. I will use that on Waluigi. Alright, it's an 8. Okay, we're gonna go that way. Let's see what we have now for our next minigame. It's a 4-player minigame. Hammer drop. Alright, let's do this. Oh god, how did that hammer just hit me? Oh, looks like Waluigi fell down. Alright, we got 59 coins overall right there. I will gladly take it. And that is going to put me up to 161 coins. That is really a lot of money that we have been racking up here. So now we have 3 turns left and Daisy gets a 1. She loses some coins on the red space. Alright, Peach gets herself a 7. And it's going to be a lucky space for her. 10 coins. Alright, Waluigi's getting himself a 1. And he ends up getting a golden pipe right there on the item space. He's getting rid of that cursed dice block. Alright, so anyways, it's on to me. And we get a 9. Okay. Anyways, let's go that way. And we're going to be getting another star right there. Alright. So we got 7 stars with us right now, which is very impressive. I certainly do think we're going to be in very good shape to win this. Especially since we are very far ahead of everybody. Now the next star's over there. Alright, gotta go down. Oh, I get an item space right there. Alright, we're popping a balloon now. Alright, what are we gonna get? A warp block, okay. 1 versus 3 for this one. Tug of War. I'm pairing up with Peach and Waluigi. Let's see how this goes. Got it! Alright, only 2 more turns left. Daisy's now going to bring out her golden pipe. So this will put her up to 3 stars as she's going to roll a 5. And our next star is all the way over there. Daisy lost some coins there on the red space. Alright, back to Peach, and she gets a 1. And she also loses coins on the red space. Alright, let's see what happens with Waluigi. Oh, he's bringing out his golden pipe as well. So we didn't have any chance to try to get the star over there, but it could have been worse. Alright, 9 for Waluigi there. And now he's going up to 2 stars as he's getting this one for half the normal price. Alright, what's the next spot going to be for the star? Right over there. Yeah, I knew that was coming right there. Not surprised that Waluigi was going to take away one of my stars here, all because of how well I'm doing out there. But we still maintain our lead right here, which is good news. Alright, let's see. Before I make my move right here, I want to take a look at the board and try to see where everybody is at. Alright, I think for what I'm going to do,